Hi, Alan SoCal, and I wanted to augment my written review with some media notes on the Timemore Xlite coffee grinder. Portable grinder, it is purported to be, by the titling from Timemore, their professional model. This is the catch basin, so to speak, for the grounds that come out of this unit, the ground coffee. And when you take the handle off, and it just pushes down, sort of swedges, tightens in place when it's pushed in, and then you grind. The unique thing about this grinder is that it has not just stainless steel burrs or a burr set, but the burr set is designed in such a way, as I understand it, that it does a pre-grinding and then a final grind. So there are two stages to the burr set. This pre-grind and final grind helps to get more uniform finished grounds. And in the coffee brewing side, uniformity of the grounds is really important. In fact, uniformity in everything is important. I will add that when I got into specialty coffee as an avocation, with trips out of the country to coffee farms and then building a small commercial test counter where I could try out a lot of the beans that I was bringing back from trips to South America, I was able to firsthand appreciate the value of a quality grinder. So along that, over the last near 20 years, one of my first prosumer grinders, one of them was this unit right here. They will give a usable grind, finished ground coffee for espresso, but they may not have the absolute accuracy, the long duty cycle, etc., of a commercial grinder like this, which in fact it's usable within a commercial food operation. So it's certified for that. When it comes to grinders, what we're really trying to do, what I try to do, is replicate a commercial grinder if I'm going to go to a hand grinder. So what I have found with the Timemore product is that I can actually get very, very close to commercial grade grinding. And this, the Xlite, is of the three Timemore hand grinders I've got, the C3 Pro, the Nano, which is their very compact grinder, and then the Xlite. I've got three types of grinders within the Timemore line. The Xlite that I've got right here purports to be the closest thing you can get to a commercial grinder, and as far as I'm concerned, it is. So with that introduction, I'm going to do a quick setup to brew an espresso extraction. So when you're using a small grinder like this, typically one would think you're going to be extracting or brewing using a portable device like this. This I acquired through Amazon and reviewed it, and it's proved to be quite a good small unit for doing my cappuccinos. Espresso is usually the foundation for so many different drinks, but cappuccino is one of my favorite. So we're going to fill this with beans, and then we're going to grind, and I'm going to show you the grind, and I can tell you right off the bat just by feel and running it through my fingers whether it's comparable. This is just one of probably 5 scales, small kitchen type scales I use with my coffee equipment. The reason I have these is because everything in coffee, at least in specialty coffee and the way I trained myself up on it, it's a very quantitative process. So I'll share some little tips with you. I typically use shot glasses to measure my beans. I don't pull a scale out every time. I know for a fact that with most shot glasses, and based on the volume, the size of the beans I'm using, so this is one near level, not all the way, but a near level shot glass. And what I'm going to show you, I've got my, my scale on, it's digital. The shot glass is 65 grams. I'm going to zero that out. I'm then going to pour in the beans. And it looks like the beans, because in this shot glass, which I normally use, it's a little low, came out to exactly fit, well, it came out to 15 grams. 15 grams is about all that this little portafilter basket for the small hand unit is going to tolerate. So let me verify the setting that I've got. Typically, let me put my reading glasses on. These little grinders for Timemore, they're built such that, designed such that, you start by turning clockwise to what we'd call the finest position on the machine, the finest. So I'm going to start at 0, and it's very, very small, but there is a 0 and a whole bunch of numbers going around like a clock face. So for espresso on this particular grinder, they're recommending, I'm just going to go to 7. And I'm doing that because I want you to see how long it takes to grind the beans. So let me put the reservoir for the grounds here. This is the Xlite Professional. So let's see how long it takes to do 15 grams of roasted beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 56. Well, a little over 50 turns, and I'm where I need to be. Now, again, the smaller Timemore unit took over 80. So at about 50, we're saving, what, 30% of our grind time. So now the test is what will the grounds look like? And here I'm very curious. This is a reasonably tight grind. It's not as fine as what I've got over there, but it's going to work for this machine. I'm going to do an extraction. I've already got my kettle going. I use an electric kettle. And let's run this all the way through and see what we end up with. I've got the grounds in the portafilter, and all I'm going to do now is take my hot water, and I'm going to preheat this little brewing device because it's been sitting here. It's going to take it a few seconds to come up to temperature. We're going to do a small extraction here. Now I've warmed it up a bit. Let me fill it. Takes about 23 pumps usually to get this to the point where it builds up the pressure to make it through. And then I just do short pushes. Pretty good luck, and I can see the crema there. Like if you go too far with the extraction, obviously you're going to get some bitter results, and no need to do that. In fact, I'll put the brewing device in the sink. And here we are. I can tell you right now, this is, again, a very premium Monsoon Malabar. In fact, it's one of the most premium Monsoon Malabars that I know of. Crema looks good. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it in.